I think I attached one to yours already. The budget resolution, mentioned and attached. We just got this yesterday. Emailed everybody, but you want it. Can't believe much of that
I sent you guys whatever you guys want to say for introduction, but there's no public discussion on the budget tonight. That's all for the hearing. That's all I'll say. Yeah, that's for tonight. So those talking points are for tonight. So if you guys say whatever you want to say, I don't have to say anything. Save that for the next meeting. I just want to make a statement about it and then introduce it, and then that's it.
Yeah, you're on. It's up to you.
He gave us some bullets, some highlights, and that's probably
I'll let you.
so we still look at it after one more time.
I understand that. Yes.
What are you guys going to say? What's yours?
Yeah, just sit up. Okay,
Very good.
Did everything all okay.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out to tonight's council meeting. We can start off with a pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is now called to order. In line with the Borough City Rights long-standing policy of open government and in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, I wish to advise you that adequate notice of this very scheduled meeting was sent to the Asbury Park Press and other local newspapers on January 10th, 2023. In each instance, the date, time, and location of this meeting were provided in the notice. This meeting is open to public. Roll call. Councilmember Beer. Here. Booker. Here. Catalano. Same online, Oh, that's it. Eric Corman?
Yes.
Gilbert? And here. And Mayor Kelly. All right, first up, we'll have remarks from the audience. If there's anybody online or in person who wants to be heard, just please state your name and your address. And the floor is yours. Would anyone like to be heard? Anybody online to be heard tonight? All right. With that, we'll go right to our proclamation. Governor Body and Supervisors, to thank everybody from our emergency services and public works department just because of the outstanding response you guys had to the fire a week and a half on Friday on the 10th. So we just wanted to take the time just to, it was a pretty big fire, high-risk fire for you guys, and you responded perfectly, and nobody was seriously hurt. So we just all appreciate everything you do all the time. And whether you're volunteers or paid, it doesn't matter because everyone really responds well. And our first aid department, of course, our fire department and police department, along with public works, all did an outstanding job this time. And I know our fire chief, Chad, you'll send thanks to all of the mutual aid response. So but I do want to acknowledge that too. There's a lot of towns and emergency services turned out to help us that day too, which is greatly appreciated. But you guys did a great job. We could have gotten pretty bad. That building obviously is like an old tinderbox. So you guys did a great job getting everybody out of there and putting the fire out quickly. So thanks again for your work. And I'll read the official proclamation, but we just want to always I much appreciate your efforts, always. Whereas the first responders are our first and best defense against all emergencies, whatever their nature, that threaten our communities and are ready to aid people with Seabright every hour of the day, every day of the year. And whereas Seabright's first responders are highly trained and selflessly contribute their expert skills for the public good. And whereas on March 10th, 2023, a structure fire erupted in an apartment of Baines Hardware at 1090 Ocean Avenue, one of Seabright's most historic buildings. And whereas Seabright's first responders and public works employees were quick to respond to the uncertain situation, mitigate the danger, and fully combat the threat of a structure fire in order to protect and keep our neighbors safe. And whereas the teamwork and selfless display of courage among Seabright's fire department and first aid volunteers and our dedicated police and public works employees was remarkable. And now therefore be it resolved that I, Brian P. Kelly, Mayor of the Borough of Seabright, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, on behalf of the entire governing body, express gratitude and appreciation to all our first responders and public works employees for their invaluable and unmatched service to this borough.
Congratulations.
Anyone need the first round?
Yeah.
Sure. Where? Chad, thanks. Everybody. Thank you all. Thanks, guys. Dan, what was my idea?
One. That's all good. Fine. Thank you.
For those of you who know Joe Marty, I didn't realize she passed away just maybe 8 days ago or so. I think we went on the 12th. Another long-time resident of ours, married to Tom Marty. So I just want to make everyone aware of that. And job services coming up. Job services are coming up on Wednesday, March 22nd, from 4 to 7 at John's Later Funeral Home in your middle of town. So,
What's your first name?
Joe Marty.
And we'll put it on the next agenda for a moment of silence.
Oh, yeah. We are on to our consent agenda. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the items that are on the consent agenda?
So,
Councilmembers Bieber?
Yes.
Hooker?
yes.
Gorman?
Yes.
Killer?
Yes.
And Lamy?
Yes.
All right, the consent agenda's been approved. We are on to new business. Vouchers in the amount of $719,675.92. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve this voucher list?
So moved.
Second. Yes. Councilmembers Bieber?
Yes.
Booker?
Yes.
Gorman?
Yes.
Giller?
Yes.
And Lamy?
Yes.
All right, the vouchers have been approved. We're going to do the budget introduction, and Councilman Booker wants to make a few comments regarding the budget.
Yep, certainly appreciate our CFO Mike Bascom being here to stand with us today. A few things I wanted to highlight and thank Mike and the team, the staff, and the finance team for, as always, running a tight ship and being good stewards of the public's money. Tonight, we will be asked to introduce the 2023 municipal budget. This is, we're not voting on final passage tonight. This is the introduction of the budget. A couple things you want to highlight. There was a significant increase in health insurance costs for our employees and many employees across the state. Those who are in the state health benefits plan, the municipal, school districts, and other public entities were hit pretty hard this year with a significant increase. The effect to our budget was $80,000. There was also an increase in the pension costs for our employees, totaling $71,000. Our paid parking system, the management of that system added about $30,000 to the budget as well. And also, as every other public entity is dealing with and every other organization is dealing with, the general impact of operating with regional inflation rates that, as we know, top 7.6%, impact everything that we do as an organization. We are looking to make some additional capital improvement and add into our fund about $50,000 to ensure that we have the funds and the resources to invest in our infrastructure for years to come. In spite of all of this, the borough's projected tax rate will decrease by 8.7%, or 4.5 cents on the municipal tax rate. Again, for those listening, those who may not know, there are different tax rates. There's county, there's school, there's municipal. And we are able to say that our tax rate is decreasing by 8.7%. Even though there will be roughly a 4% increase in spending overall, we're pleased that we're able to bring our tax rate down, I believe, for the fourth year in a row, or so I believe it is. So I appreciate Mike and his team. Like I said, on the 18th of next month is when we will formally have a hearing and then take action on the budget.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. And Mike, respects over here? Thank you, Mike. As always, we're in great hands with your team every year. That's why you only have to stay here 10 more years.
Yeah, all the way to that. But it takes the council support and obviously the department heads, all the staff are involved and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a big team effort. That's success again. Thanks. All right, so with that all being said, would anybody make a motion to introduce the 2023 municipal budget?
So we're
Second. Good. All right, council members Bieber? Yes. Booker? Yes. Gorman?
Yes.
Gilbert?
Yes.
And Lonnie? Yes. All right, the 2023 Seabright municipal budget has been introduced successfully. All right, we're ready on to mayor and council comments. That was pretty quick. Anybody on council like to make anything at this regarding committees?
I just, the second one you said, the response of the fire department was phenomenal. I believe, if I have this right, they only expended 100 gallons of water. They got that fast, and yes, an overtook the veins, and he had some minor damages with water, but he was very, very happy. You understand? But I just want to tip my hat to him. Chad, I pointed you out, particularly you've been working with them and getting down set procedures as far as being ready to roll out the door, and you guys roll out the door in about a minute and a half. So, again, I pass my tip back to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Mayor, if I could, a couple of things on behalf of the administration committee. You and the council asked us to take a look at the challenges of resident parking in the town. We kicked off the meeting with that. We held our second meeting today. I think we're doing a comprehensive review of this, and we're probably going to be in a position of providing some findings and recommendations at the next council meeting. We're going to put a little more detail around it. We want to make sure we talk to some residents, get their input on it. The police department's been actively involved. Heather and I walked the town today counting spots and houses. And it's all coming together in what we know is a very challenging situation, but we'll be prepared to make some observations and recommendations. The second thing we were asked to take a look at had to do with public space ordinance enforcement, specifically on the beach and on the seawall and in public areas around smoking, alcohol, and dog violations. So we had our first meeting a couple of weeks ago. In fact, we're going to be holding our second meeting this evening right after this council meeting. And it's coming together nicely in what I think is going to be a set of observations and recommendations on how we can potentially increase compliance with this. And we'll come back to the next council meeting with a couple of recommendations. So I think we're going to wrap them up fairly quickly. On the short-term rental activity, I again want to thank Karen and Tom. They are doing an incredible job. I was in talking with them today. We have over 30 registered short-term rentals in town, and we're likely to settle in at around 40, which is what we expect to see. And that's going very well. Just a couple things again around this is registration fee is $500. The minimum stay period is 7 days. The municipal tax that we are permitted to put in place is 3%, kicked off March 1st, and it's being collected by Airbnb and VRBO. So I'm very proud of the team and what they've done in this area because it's come together nicely. We're going to learn as we go this year, and any corrections we have to make based on what we see we'll take forward into 2024. The last thing I want to mention, and this is in coordination with Joe, Brett, and Chad, is Jody and I are going to be hosting a Jersey Mike's lunch on March 30th here in Borough Hall. We're doing that for two reasons. Number one is because we want to thank the municipal team and everything they do for us, but also because in the month of March, Jersey Mike's is donating part of their proceeds to a child cancer charity named the Valerie Fund, and Jody and my daughter were treated there when she was 9 years old. So we're working in coordination with them. We're going to be holding it on the 30th around 12:30. We're hoping to have a big turnout. So between the police, the fire, the EMS, the municipal workers, anybody on council would love to have the more the merrier. So hopefully you can attend. Thanks.
That's great. Yeah, thanks for that, John. Thanks for working on those with the committee too, and all of our employees.
Good team.
That was great. All right. Anybody else want to get some updates?
I have an update. Spent a couple hours yesterday with the Public Works team. We created a big list of, make sure I know what's going on in the town, but they have a lot of challenges, right? It's springtime, they gotta get the beach ready, they're gonna make sure they break it before the East eggs hunt with clients. And today they were out trying to get the sand off of the seawall, the back end here, and trying to figure out. So you'll see over in the lumberyard parking lot, that mound is growing, and will continue to grow. And we've also, I met with the New Jersey Blood Association today. They're going to come with our EMS team and do a blood drive at the rec center in May. So they'll give us a formal announcement brochure. I had to call pickleball players and tell them they can't play that night. But we'll take blood. So they were good with that, and it should be a good event for the EMS team to get some points there. And overall, there's a lot to be done with Public Works, and then I'm looking at what are we going to do with beautification, with the plantings and stuff. So I'll get with Frank and we'll look at what's been done in the past, and things are starting to blossom already. We see buds and everything, and we got to get to it right now.
Some work out for that full game.
Yeah.
Right, as well for those guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
We have a rec meeting next week. We're also putting out, there's a running list going around of all of the activities that we'd like to create and kind of put on a recreational program website. We're going to be using the admin site, so we're just downloading all the topics that we're going to use now. We'll drive to the list if who wants to come in and sign up. Hopefully everyone's given a thought to the request from the workshop about the fees. So I've got an Excel sheet going around too, where we're considering kind of what the thoughts are for the fees, which is for different scenarios. And then we have a website brief that's almost ready to go, and the team will brief in Liz, and then she'll make some optimizations. So more from a timing standpoint, and after we do that brief, she'll give us a cost, so we can look at the budget and then say go.
What's it?
Yeah, again, the budget was
Yeah.
focused, so we're all set.
All right, progress otherwise, and thanks. And thanks for Mike and Chris working on it, coming in. Thanks to all the gentlemen for everything you did again. Thanks for coming out tonight, and we appreciate it. Yes, I know we don't have an executive session, so we can just go ahead and go towards adjournment. With that being said, we'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All right, Councilmember.
No, I mean,
Yes.
Booker?
yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Long. All right, thanks.